Hi guys, Sarah the Northwoods Stitcher here. I have stuff to show, of course I do. And I have a finish. I have some Goodwill finds. I spent some time with a friend of mine up in Bangor, Marie. And it was so weird because we went to, I think it was a Goodwill? Might have been a Goodwill we were in because we went to a Salvation Army also. We found one of the hardcover books that I had in my previous video. We found it at Goodwill for $2. And I went, oh, you have to have this. So she got that. But that was fun to find. I'm hoping to do a couple of books at the end of this video. And towards the end, I'm actually filming this before I collected all the names. And towards the end of the video, I'll tag on the segment where I choose the winner with a wheel for the Vervaco cross stitch pattern, which was for the pattern for these little guys. I just have the pattern and the thread to forward to somebody who's interested, and then I'll take this off the little board. I think I'll use these placemats and make a project bag with it. So let's see, where should I start? Oh, I did finish another Santa star. So I have 2 of these now, and I'm stitching the 5th Santa right now. So these are really looking cute. I'm so glad I'm doing these. I was trying to figure out which kitchen light will they look the cutest on, because I've got a light hanging above the kitchen island, but then I also have this type of chandelier hanging over the dining room table. So I'm not really sure where they'll live. And I do have 5. So it might not be that I get them all done for this season. Hopefully I will. Let's see, stuff I found. I found this at a Salvation Army for 49 cents. He was too cute not to bring home. And because it's a pretty cheap made resin piece, some of the paint was a little wonky, so I've already touched him up with some white paints, so there wasn't any like red on this white cuff and red down here. So I have totally repainted him with his little oops moments. I don't think I see any things that need to be changed, but he's gonna look cute on a table topper. Maybe I'll put him near the TV or something so I can see him. Can't wait to decorate for Christmas. And okay, I got 2 placemats for 99 cents. These are going to be turned into a project bag. I thought, oh my goodness, I had to have these. They're in excellent shape. I don't think these had any stains on them. No. There was another set that I brought home with cardinals on it. Cardinals and snowflakes, and I just love them. Badly stained, but it was 49 cents for 2 of them. So I thought, for that price, I'm going to bring them home and try to get the stains out. Stains have come out. So that'll be another set that I'll show you next time. They're drying right now. I line dry things like that. These are nice and thick. I'm not going to have to do anything to them. They're not attached. So I think what I'll do is just, back to back. Well, upright, of course. I'll do back to back, and I'll probably put I might put a handle on this one because it's a bit big. So I really like that one. So that is to go in the sewing pile. I know, Amy, I'm going to. I promise. Aimee and Mary Lou over at 2 Cross Stitchers. I get into such trouble when I watch them because I'm always writing down things and buying things afterwards. They've challenged me to start using my sewing machine, so I need to. Then there was a single panel. I almost left this. This was 49 cents. And it's just a bigger version. I'm not really good at sewing, so I need to have something thick to put on the back of this, so I can make that into a massive project bag. Because I'm pretty sure, guys, this is like 16 by 16, or maybe it's 18 by 18. But perfect for a larger cross-stitch project. 16 by 16. Oh, nope, 17 by 17. Not too shabby. So really cute. And once I make the project bag, couldn't I just embellish it with some glitter, please? Maybe I'll get some fabric glitter. So that's in the sewing pile. Then, at a Goodwill for $2, my absolute weakness are these little satin balls. So retro. So expensive. I don't know if you guys have ever looked at what satin balls cost, normal size ones these days. There's some glitter ones in here, and there's an odd bell, but I thought this would be really cute to decorate on the tree with. I like smaller ornaments at the top, and then as the tree goes to the base, bigger ones. $2, yeah, that was nice. Not sure where I'm gonna store those. And this was random. This was $1.50. It had Jason over the top. It was that vinyl sticker stuff, which I've pulled off. So what I'm envisioning right now is some sort of felted design, whether it be some ivy or holly berries. I don't know what I'm going to put on it, but I just want to dress it up now. I can't get underneath this part, but I can get underneath this part all the way to sew it through. Maybe I'll just glue it. I don't know. But for $1.50, just what I needed, another project. Not. Here's another project. I found this. This was, I think, 50% off. Red and yellow were the colors. One was 75% off and one was 50% off. So I don't remember what I paid for this. It was either $2.50 or less. But it's the whole kit, including the paints, and somebody started it and stopped. So I don't know if the paints are any good. I really don't care. Just to get this piece to paint is amazing. Now, I used to make these. I think I had like a kit of 8 of these. And I would paint one a year and give them to my dad, who collected Santas. I think I've got maybe 2 of his that I brought home when he passed. And I have one for myself, and the rest I gave away. So this would probably make a really cute addition to it. They say to paint him in a blue. I don't know about that. I like my reds. But I thought, wow, what a cool thing to get. And it's so old. I wonder if there's a date on this. Wood World, Marion, Virginia. Made in the USA. Let's see if there's a date on the paperwork. 1992. Those are your instructions. That's it. Maybe that's what they found daunting. I don't know. I will keep it in the box with the paints because I just want to have the picture to refer to. But I think this will be really a cute addition. I need a snowstorm. I don't know when I'm going to paint this. I have other things too that I have to paint. So this can go in my to be painted pile. Wherever that's landed. I found some stamps. I think these were both at Salvation Army. So I found a Close to My Heart set, which I thought would be great for layering. And I don't know what I'll do with them, but I just thought these were really cute and something I don't think I already had in my collection, because I do have a couple of these types of folder, snap folder, Close to My Heart stamps. And it does appear that they're all here. I don't think they've been used. Well, maybe they have. This one's red. So it's called two-step stamping process. So this will be fun to play with. And then I also got this one, which didn't look familiar. This is from Stamping Up from 2005. And it's a massive block stamp. I saw this in all kinds of shades. Greens, blues. It's just really pretty. Look pretty in a golden color. Just noticed there's something else in here. This looks like somebody stamped it and sprayed it so it was even more mottled. But really cool if you do things like a silk scarf. That would be a really cool pattern to place all over the silk scarf. So those will have to get inventoried and put away proper. So again, I don't know if this was 75% off or 50%, but it was yellow. And it's a collection of 6 Christmas cards. On the inside says, wishing you Christmas joy. I thought this would be cute to have. I can even use these as large gift tags. Just poke a hole in the top and put it on top of a box. I do make my own cards. They don't even open up really well. So yeah, maybe I'll do something else with them. But for that price, to get 6 of them, fantastic. And these are Hallmark. Great value cards. I'll keep that on the desk. And then I got this fantastic retro type cardboard organizer. This was $3 yellow, so I don't know if it was 50 or 75% off, but I thought this might help me when I'm sorting out my patterns because I'm still trying to get them into binders, which is kind of tricky, I'm finding. But it's just going very slowly. Okay, I'm losing some spools I have on my desktop here. I've got these tiny, tiny little wood spools I want to turn into earrings. I want to do a lot of things, and it doesn't always work out in my favor. So let me show you a finish. This was made possible by Cheryl. She sent me this, and she'd only done the word bubbles. It's called Pumpkin Pie, and this is by Twisted Threads. Now this is a famous cartoonist, Emerson, I want to say. Emerson Quillen. I think I said that right. Quillen. And it's from the Listen Honey series. It's a stitch. So this was a lot of fun to do. So I thought, why didn't she finish this? What a gorgeous fabric. It was a wonderful fabric. I suspect I know why she didn't finish it. It was a beautiful fabric to stitch on. However, you cannot see the holes very well. And this pattern was filled with 1/2 and 3/4 stitches. It was a bit of a nightmare because there's no way to really count off, because unlike Ada, you just have to be super careful because it's a little harder to see your whole square. So I'm going to turn this into a pillow. Another sewing project. But I really thought this was cute. And it's an unknown fabric. I'm sorry I can't give you information on it. It has got to be the richest, most beautiful color of butternut squash. I wouldn't call this pumpkin. It's a little too light to be pumpkin. But this is definitely a butternut squash. Absolutely beautiful. And I went ahead and made sure that I put Emerson and Listen Honey on the side. I don't think I will put a initial and date on here. I might do it somewhere in the border of the fabric when I turn it into a pillow. And I haven't had time to go through my Halloween fabric to see what to pair this up with, but I'll make it a little bigger than one would think I would do. I mean, I'll put like a good border all the way around it so it's a bit more of a pillow rather than just a decorative pillow for maybe a table topper, if you know what I mean. So it's really cute. I really want that fabric to not just show, but to complement whatever Halloween fabric I get. And if I don't have any Halloween fabric, now I have an excuse to go to Martin's. So that'll be fun. And I forgot to silence my phone. My husband's always telling me to. Sorry. What else did I have to show? There were a couple things that I didn't bring up because I put them right on the eBay store. But they weren't really much to talk about or show. One's a coffee mug. I found this really cool camera that's just a decorative piece. I mean, I grabbed it thinking, oh my God, it's a piggy bank. And it wasn't. But it's still a really cool piece. So I brought it home to give it to make sure it found a home with somebody who appreciates photography kind of thing. And I brought home a tin, a really cool collector's tin that I put up. But that's about it. I think that was it. Yeah. I have put up my Halloween tree and I got really excited about it and added some of the ornaments and did some Satsuma. I'll show some pictures as I'm talking. I did the, the cabinet that's behind our dining room table. I've decorated that. Excuse me. And then I had plugged in my Halloween tree before I put the garland on, so I thought, oh, this is going to be so cool. I wanted to see it with the lights on, and it has orange and purple lights, or should I say, it had orange and purple lights. The next day, when I was waiting for 4 or 4:30 to roll around so I could plug it in and get it on the timer, Stuart got behind the tree and he chewed on something, and now it won't light. So he must have chewed through a wire. I can't find any place that he chewed on it. So now I'm kind of like flat. I don't feel like putting up the garland. I don't feel like putting more ornaments on it. So this is as far as I've gotten with it. I guess now what I'll have to do is buy a strand of orange and purple LED lights sometime this coming year. And when I pull it out next year, that's when I'll dismantle it. Take off the old lights and put on the new. The only problem is, guys, I mean, should I or shouldn't I? Is he just going to chew on it again? I guess I'll find out with the Christmas tree. Don't quite know what came over him. He's just a little tyrant sometimes, but we love him. But it's been fun. I'm still hanging up Christmas decorations, like some of my Halloween stitches. And I'm finding I don't really have room for all of it unless I scatter it all over the house. And the problem with that, of course, is that when you start dismantling after, only 2 or 3 weeks of celebrating Halloween, then you can't find them all. So I don't know if I'm going to put them all up this year. If it had been a perfect year for me, I probably would have started decorating for Halloween in September. But I was just a little too busy with company coming. So this is as far as I've gotten. And let's see, I've got some great shows to show you guys as well. I've had people sending me in some finishes, and I want to get some of those pulled up and to show you guys what I've been collecting from folks. So this first one really has a place in my heart for a number of reasons. This is Susan D. This is her pillow finish of Maine, My Happy Place. I love that she used this fabric. I have this blueberry fabric. I can just barely see that she used the same fabric on the back of the pillow. Now, this is a very special pattern. This is done by somebody I actually met and know and really enjoy her company. This is Angel from the Elegant Thread. So if you haven't seen her designs before, you can go to the Elegant Thread, and I'll put her, I think it's a website. She is on Facebook as well, the Elegant Thread. And she sells a lot of her patterns. And she also has these amazing, absolutely amazing project bags. These aren't normal project keepers. You get a set that complements the entire collection you have. So you'll get a smaller bag that goes with a larger project bag. There is, I don't want to say antique, but there is retro buttons and older pieced brooches that she'll use to decorate the bag to go according with the theme that she's making. I mean, it's just amazing, amazing work. And then some of her sets will include a set of scissors as well. So I really enjoy her stuff, and I have this pattern. I have yet to do it. So thank you so much, Susan, for sending this in. It was really fun to see, and it was a good reminder to go, oh yeah, I got to do that one. That would be a fun stitch for me to do in front of the TV in the winter. So I'm definitely going to get to that at some point. And then we also have, these are extraordinary. Verity sent in some more of her finishes, and she has now found and included miniature mug cushions. So look at this set. You've got the little needle minder with a cupcake, and you've got a miniature mug with the apple charm that doubles as a mini pincushion. I think that's adorable. I just went, oh, when I saw this. I thought these were precious. The next pairing, she has another mini mug with a star charm and a piece of cake. Cake and tea. I'm all for it. And the next one, it looks to me to be a piece of buttered toast and tea, which is also another favorite of mine, particularly in the morning if I want to have like a glass or a cup of orange tea with some cinnamon toast with a little apple charm. That's so cute. Then she made a wee little ghosty. This is a pink little ghosty with the pink cheeks. Then she did a more pink ghosty, which I think is also cute. I love that. Really adorable. And then these are ponytail holders that she made. They're beautiful. Lots of fun. I would put my hair in ponytails for those. Very cute. So again, Verity, incredible work. I don't know, you have patience to do such tiny things. Absolutely love it. Really cute. Thank you so much for sharing those. Oh, I have some notes about those. She did it on a 14 or 16 count Aida. And, oh, I got everything else right. So I did do well. The little needle minders and bee hair ties. Now, I also have some photos sent in by Maria. Ah, here we go. Maria sent in this one. She's working on this with her guild. I guess I don't have a name of this piece. She said it's called a CC piece, ASSISI, a CC piece. I don't know what that means. I don't know if this is the name of the design, but it's a beautiful cross stitch with black work worked into these shapes. So this would be a lot of fun to do. I really like this. I would like this as like a table topper because it's just extraordinary. And I love doing black work, so this would be very, I don't know, relaxing to me, filling in all the black work. Hopefully she'll send a photo when it's done because this is just absolutely stunning. This is 9 inches square and uses a nun stitch. I don't know what that means. I haven't looked it up. They look like normal cross stitches to me when I zoomed in. So I haven't looked up nun stitch, and I don't know about a lot of different names for stitches. I know I've done eyelet stitches. I know I've done some specialty stitches that I don't remember the names of. But quite often, if I do come across them in a chart, the chart has that little diagram that you can follow, and it's easy enough. But if you don't use the stitch enough, you're not familiar with the name, and I don't retain the name of these stitches. But this is really cool to look at. And then she also sent in something that she did a while ago. This cute little stitch is called Home is Where You Hang Your Needlework. Now, I don't know how to find this. It's either Homespun Elegance or it's Abby Rose Designs. Now, this was a while ago because she dated this 2013. I have seen this chart advertised under Abby Rose Designs, if you guys are interested in finding it. It's really cute. And I would definitely do a house for that sampler type finish because I like the motifs, the alphabet, and the saying home is where you hang your needlework. It's really a cute stitch. I really like that one. And then she sent in another one. Now this one is a Rosewood Manor. This is absolutely gorgeous. It looks like she finished this in 2020, as it says on the stitch. And this is called Flowers of Rose Hall by Rosewood Manor. And it called for Valdani silks. And she used all Valdani silks on an overdyed linen. Isn't that stunning? I have a couple of Rosewood Manors that I really would like to start. I don't know why I haven't. The first, I guess it was a convention. I can't remember the name of it right now. I went to a needlework convention and I met Rosewood Manor, husband and wife team. Fantastic folks. And I was just awestruck by the samples, you know, the pieces that they had, advertising, the different charts that they had, and the hundreds of charts to go through at that stall. And I must have bought probably 6 or 8 of them. And I don't think I've stitched one. One of them was, or a series of them, I think it was 3 in the series, butterflies and an alphabet. Maybe we should pause and show those. Let me find them. I have ink circles, Rosewood Manor, and the drawn thread in this one. Not too shabby. I'm organized somewhat. Okay, so these are they. I have Rose Watercolor Butterfly. This isn't going to work, guys. Let me pull them out. I love that one. Look at the black work. Then I also have Golden Watercolor Butterfly. Very dramatic. And then Blue Watercolor Butterfly. This is why I have to start one. They're just gorgeous. Now, of course, they came in a little Ziploc type of covers, but I've taken them out. And I also have Bluebird Sampler. This is not showing up. That are actual, those are the numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'd have to do a floss toss with this. I don't know if it's the way the camera took the picture. Sometimes the photograph does not do the stitch any justice. I have tons in here. Oh, and of course there's this one. I swear, every time I see, oh, I partially kidded it. Every time I see this pattern, I think I need to buy it, forgetting that I have it. I've been very good. Isn't that beautiful? So that's Cornwall Cottage Sampler by Rosewood Manor. Maybe with this, I don't know if I'm going to call it a stitching diary, a stitching calendar that I really want to work on this January to actually set dates of stitch on this one, stitch on that one. Look at this one, 2 B's and ABCs. Just beautiful. Okay. Maybe some dark wintry day we'll go through the whole binder. I don't know. Okay, so back to Maria. She sent her wall. So she changes this out seasonally. This is absolutely beautiful. So it was a little hard for her because she's had these pieces done a long time ago, and she was trying to remember how to describe and remember who came from where, kind of thing. So this top piece, which is in, let me think, it's going to be the top left corner of the screen. That was a Linda Reeves piece. It was from a magazine, and I think her company was called La Borderie. And she does know this is over-dyed wildflowers. She thinks that's what it was called. And then the piece below it is a Betsy Steiner piece of earth threads. And then the one below that came from an issue of Sampler and Antique Needlework Quarterly. And then the black one, which is almost perfectly square, she's pretty sure that's from Carriage House. I really love that one. It's very dramatic. And then the one underneath it, that was from a Canadian designer from Nova Scotia. Her company was called Maritime Cross Stitch. And she doesn't know if you can even get this piece anymore. And it looks like, yeah, Maria signed this for $2,000. So this was quite a while ago. I don't know if you can Google search these images, but some of these are just incredible. I love them. I especially love that bottom one with the acorns and the squirrels that she did in 2003. Really cool pieces. Absolutely lovely. Really glad she sent those in. And then she took some pictures of some finished embroidered bears, which I think I've shown you guys one in an earlier video, but these are just so precious. I love these guys. So this is somebody's finish that it looks like they made it into like a bag charm, or maybe even for a keychain. I don't think I'd use this on keys. It'd be cute on a bag. But see how they stitched that hoop into the top of that bear, which is really smart, because now it's good to go on the end of a scissor fob or hang off a bag. And I just love them. So it's just felt, and then they use embroidery threads to embellish and add little beads and stitches too. This next bear with the blue bow and the purples. Oh my goodness. Very cute. And then this last one with the pink bow and the pink flowers, purples. Really lovely. And they've got the little seed beads for the flower centers. So it really makes me want to find, I think I have a bear pattern somewhere in my stash. I should cut out some different shapes from some different colored felt that I have and just have at it. See what pops up in my head, because it's really cute. I love these little finishes. And they'd be really cute ornaments on my spring tree, because I do put something out for Valentine's, Easter. I think that would be fun to have. And I could do one in all green flowers for maybe St. Patrick's Day. But I think, definitely stitching it on this off-white really helps it show. It's really cute. Great finishes. Thanks so much for sending those. And thank your guild for sharing them, because they probably don't know I stole these photos and posted them. I had to. They were just too cute. And then I've got, last but not least, my friend Spools. She stitched, now this is a cutie. This is called Canned Beauty. This is a Barbara Anna design. It's a can of sardines. And I just, I'm like, a can of sardines? Yeah, but this mermaid is deciding to take a snooze in here because it's like a little bed. And I just love this green fabric she stitched it on. Now, my hopes for this is that she can fit it into a sardine can. But then again, I love the green fabric. So maybe she needs to make sure that she shows some of that green because it's really cool. Absolutely lovely. She changed the hair color, I'm sure. But it's just really cute. Kind of looks like spools sleeping in the sardine tin. I love it. Absolutely love it. So I forgot to ask her if I could show that, but I'm sure she doesn't mind. It's really cute. So that was it for the shows for this week. If you guys want to send me some of your finishes or even your works in progress, drop me a line and some photos to my email, which is going to be below in the description box. Note to self, future Sarah, put it in the description box. And please include the designer or the chart name, because if your stuff goes up here, no doubt somebody's going to be like, oh, I really want that chart. Let's help each other find things. Let's enable each other. We don't do that here. And that was it for the pieces here. Abby and Stuart are doing really well. Stuart is non-stop playing. I think the colder weather has just made him, I don't know, fidgety and very playful. So he's always pulling his fishing pole over and asking you, dropping it or bringing it up to your lap and going, hello, play with me. Abby's getting over an ear infection. She's doing really well. I was going to tell you guys about the horrible consult I had for eye surgery, but I decided not to in case some of you were grossed out by it. So I will just say that I don't need to have eye surgery. I had a test procedure in the office during my consult, which I thought was just going to be talking, which was a bit horrifying, involved numbing my eyeball, something that looked like an ice pick, and a needle with syringe in my tear duct. That's all you need to know. At any rate, the nasal lacrimal duct flushed fine, so I'm not a candidate for surgery. I don't wish that on anybody. It's something that you look back on and have bad dreams from having survived that. Anyhow, I'm fine. I'm trying to get sleep. I'm sure some of you are having trouble sleeping. I would advise that we all get some fresh air, even though it is getting colder outside, even if it's just walking around your house. Some outdoor time and fresh air and low light exposure, believe it or not, as our time and sun is shifting. We are creatures of sun. We need our vitamin D, so we're going to get less and less of it over the winter months. Seasonal affective disorder is best fought with exposure to outdoors. So take a little walk, get a little exercise, or even just go pick weeds or clean up some dead stuff around your yard. Makes a world of difference. Drink water, stay hydrated, eat well, don't eat too heavy. And if you're really having trouble sleeping, talk to your doctor about it, because there are a lot of over-the-counter things that you can try, and there are a lot of tools and techniques that you can try that don't involve medication. But if you're like me, sometimes I do need Advil PM. And I do a lot of reading, so that helps too. So I'm going to tag on some more stuff at the end of this. Hopefully it's not too long for you guys. Talk to you soon. If I don't, say goodbye at the end of the next segment. Have a great rest of your week. Happy stitching. Be safe. Okay, time to pick the winner for the Vervaco pattern giveaway. I have listed everybody who's entered. I'm going to pull up the little wheel and we're going to find out who won it. Oh, Stewie's coming in. You coming in? Nope. Number 3, Annie Musso or Anne Musso, 8757. I'll put your name at the bottom here. Please email me here and give me your mailing address, and I will put this out in the mail to you. You'll get the actual picture of the finished stitches that came with the graph. You'll get the graph and you'll get the threads, what's left of the threads to match up. So congratulations. Hi guys, only 2 books today. I got a whole bunch of books when I was at the chicken barn in Ellsworth with my uncle, but a lot of them were the Christmas books that don't have, per se, a lot of cross-stitch in them, so I'm not going to show those, but this is just one that I picked up. This is Better Homes and Gardens, Christmas from the Heart. It's a hardcover. It's just a great motivational book. It's got a lot of different ideas and themes and projects in it. A lot of great templates for some felt work. So don't pass these up when you see them. Take a moment to look through it. See if it's something that you would enjoy doing. Like this is a cotton ball wreath. Who knew? Very strange stuff. That's really cute, just for a door knob decoration. Again, tons of templates. This is still in here. What year was this? Somebody didn't really use this book. This is volume 10, so I think this is probably one of those club books or something. Great paper craft ideas, which is also clever ideas for wrapping certain things, or just showing you different things to do with paper, which is really great. Like this is embossing. Great techniques are in here, for example. That's a paper glove. Everything you need. It's an ivy kissing ball. Different ways to decorate with things you might already have in the house, which is also what I like. Look, I got a bookmark. That almost looks like a collection of dollhouse furniture. Ah, salt and pepper shakers. Made into an angel ornament. Again, templates. Going with a gold theme. That's really cute if you have an embroidery machine. That's a cute idea. Handmade stockings. What did I want to say about that? Sometimes just going to a thrift store and finding maybe an old bedspread that you can cut up, and maybe some placemats. There's that eyelash yarn. More rustic Christmas. I mean, how cute is that? We've all got these little charms. That's awfully cute. Again, all the templates. If you're not familiar with using these, you just trace this, put a piece of very sheer tracing paper on it, trace this out, cut that out, and then place it on top of your felt and cut that out. It's the easiest way I've found to do it. I must have picked this up because there must be a cross stitch somewhere in here. Isn't that cute? I mean, how cute would this be just as an ornament, a little fish ornament with your pet's name on it? Oh, there is. That's really cute. It's a paper mache. There's one for puppies. Oh, I've got some things. Ah, and then it goes into recipes. So again, these are just fun books to get. Better Homes and Gardens, Christmas from the Heart. I will probably separate these from my cross stitch ones. I'm not sure. Since this does have a cross stitch, I'll probably make some sort of note on it. I don't know. It's really a good book though. And this is a Meredith production. And that's Christmas from the Heart, Volume 10, Better Homes and Gardens. I might have a couple of other volumes of this type of book. Now, I did pick up a new cross-stitch book. I don't recall showing this, so this must be not on my list. I picked it up for, it says $5. I don't know if that's true. I might have gotten it for less than that. This is an older book with some really great classic motifs and cross stitches in it. Some of them are quite dated, but they are absolutely fun to have because there are a lot of retro stitches coming back. I'll show you what I mean by that. This was produced in 1984. Techniques are discussed, supplies, pillows and pictures. I mean, look at these motifs. That's really cute. That's what I mean by retro. What cute pillows those would be. Boy, that kid looks miserable. She probably did not want to dress up and pose. That's pretty vibrant. Oops, little apples. How neat is that? That's really cute. You can do it in any color you wanted. Look at that. I've never seen anything like this before. That's just incredible. And it takes one strawberry to drop on that to ruin it. That's pretty. I love this. Just doing the edge of like a little table runner would be so amazing. And you talk about cross-stitch rugs. There's great detail on how to do that. Different fashion ideas. These around the sleeves would be really cute. huge bunch of patterns I couldn't show. Bags and belts. I mean, yeah, some of these are a bit dated, but they are classic motifs. Oh, it's pretty wild. So, I think I forgot to do that section. Cross stitch wristband, watch straps. Ah! Whew. Samplers. So that was great cross stitch, projects and patterns. And that was by Sedgwood. There's another one I couldn't show because the graph was on the same page. But great motifs. And it says more than 50 projects. I believe it. Great ideas. All right, that's it for today. I will be starting some Christmas books soon. I have a whole bunch of craftways. It's going to be quite amazing to look at those, because those I think you're going to have to write down titles and look for. We'll do some hunting together. Talk to you soon. Have a great rest of your week. Happy stitching. Be safe.